The adventure is alive! Hey, Turbo Tim here at Chico Hot Springs, okay, on behalf of Born to Be Wild, Montana, where the adventure is definitely alive. And standing next to me is Mike Art, the owner of this place, and this is my...
Along the bank is also my partner.
Oh, yeah, the bank.
And the U.S. government.
And the U.S. government as well, all right. So, Mike, how did you get involved with Chico Hot Springs? How long have you been here?
38 years. Came out here in 1973 on an elk hunting trip. And my buddy said, hey, you know, you're always talking about moving to Montana. There's an old rundown hotel. Why don't you go buy it? So I did.
Where are you originally from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
A long way from Cleveland, huh?
The steak on the lake.
You came out here in 73, and how long has this facility been here?
110 years. In 1900.
This is Working Hot Springs. How did it start at the turn of the century, 1900? What did they have exactly here? Was it just the hot springs? Or?
Well, the gold miners that came out here in the late 1800s, 1860s, 1870s, discovered this place and used to have a little bathhouse over here where they would come and change their clothes, and right down in the valley here with the Crow Indians. And this was the biggest city in Park County. It was about 400 people, which was a lot. And they had a little Mexican fellow with them who they thought was just wonderful. And they called him Chico. They nicknamed him Chico. And so it evolved that they named this place Chico Hot Springs after this little Mexican boy that carried the photography equipment for the reporters.
Oh,
it's
wow.
A short thing.
Okay. And you're really close to the north entrance to Yellowstone.
It's 29 miles from the north entrance from Gardner, which is the north entrance to Yellowstone Park.
Why don't you share with us, since 1973, I'm sure you've got some wild stories. Well, why don't you share with you? You can't?
But I will tell you something.
Okay, but share with us. I'm surely, especially if it involves wildlife, or I'm assuming you get a lot of probably.
Wildlife is mostly in the saloon after hours. No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come join them actually. Okay.
But we do live in a wonderful part of the world where there is wildlife: elk, deer, moose, bear, everything that you can think of is right here in our backyard.
Do the wildlife get pretty close to your facility here?
Right down, people staying in the cabins up there. You see a deer looking in the window? Sure. We haven't frightened them off yet.
Well, tell us a little bit about Chico Hot Springs today. You've obviously done some work on this place since 1973. Yeah. Tell us a little about what you have here, what you offer.
Well, we're an overnight success in 38 years. So little by little, we've put this place together. We've added on. We've added rooms. We've fixed up the old hotel without changing the way the place has been. We kept the flavor of the old hotel, and we've built new cabins all around the place and cabins up in the hills. And we fixed up our swimming pool, which is the main thing here, the hot water. You can't replace that.
Right.
We fixed up our dining facilities, and we have a wonderful restaurant here in Montana, one of the best in the state, I think. And we have horseback riding, big game hunting, fishing, you name it, we got it here.
We're back at Chico Hot Springs in the kitchen with the executive chef here at Chico, Morgan Milton. And glad to be here. We understand that you guys serve some delicious things out in the dining room area.
We do. We have a lot of fun in here, and yeah, tasty food, good vittles.
All right. How long have you been working here?
Off and on for about 5 years, 6 years.
Well, can you tell us a little about what your menu's like and what people can expect when they come here? What do you offer for dinner?
We're very classic continental. We big portions, old school service. We'll see our dining room. We serve items like a beef Wellington for 2 and a Gorgonzola filet. A lot of the classic continentals, really nice roasted duck, almost duck à l'orange, but a few takes on it. It's kind of been a menu that's been built up over the last 25 years and refined, and a lot of the same things that were on the menu 15 years ago are on the menu now, with just small adjustments and improvements throughout the years.
We're at the Chico Hot Springs Saloon, and standing next to me is Gary Small. Gary Small, and the Coyote brothers. And yes, all right. Well, welcome to Chico Hot Springs, and welcome to Born to Be Wild, Montana.
Great, glad to be here, man. I love coming up here. I just have a ball.
You've been here before, but this has been a few years since you've been back.
Yeah, you know, I used to go to college in Bozeman, and matter of fact, I got some of my own old cronies out in the crowd, and we're having a little reunion on top of having the Coyote brothers behind me, and yeah, well, I haven't played here since about the mid '80s.
Give us a real quick overview of how long you've been together, what kind of music you play.
Oh, well, I've kind of gone full circle. I was born and raised out here in Wyoming, Montana. I'm a Northern Cheyenne Indian, and yeah, I do a lot of Indian-oriented type stuff for different Native American events. I formed the Coyote Brothers, of which you're hearing tonight. We try to mix it up with a little blues, Cajun, rockabilly, even a little bit of world beat thrown in. You know, but we try to keep it simple, and we still want it music that when you walk into a club, you know, you stick around. You know.
All right. So I read online it's just boogie music. It's dance music. You're gonna get a lot of people out here to dance tonight. I imagine.
That's what's on our T-shirt. Purveyors of fine boogie music.
Right.
That's what we call it.
Do you do any original music or do?
Oh yes, we have 4 albums.
Oh,
we just released our 4th album, so yes, we have plenty of original. Matter of fact, just about everything we performed tonight is just about original, about 60%. So.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm from Seattle, so but I've been in Costa Rica for 15 years doing a travel adventure show called Born to Be Wild Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I've traded monkeys basically for bison now. Well, thank you very much for joining us on Born to Be Wild, Montana.
Mike Art, proprietor, owner, the man
Great place
of
here.
Chico.
Yep, Chico Hot Springs.
Born to be Wild, Montana! For Big Mike Art. Woo!
You heard about the invisible man that married the invisible woman? Kids were nothing to look at either.